Property management, including self-managing, can be a nightmare. In this brief video, I'm going to explain why I chose Hemlane as my property management solution, what our tenants really love about it, and what I love about it. And I'm also going to brag on Hemlane's maintenance coordinators. These guys and gals are really, really good. And that's coming from someone who spent 20 years in the IT industry, heavily relying on the help desk for customer sat. I mean, the Hemlane folks, their maintenance coordinators are really, really good. What's up, y'all? My name is Jay Helms. I am the founder of the W2 Capitalist, and I am super excited to announce my new partnership with Hemlane. By the way, when I signed up to use Hemlane, the folks at Hemlane didn't know who I was. I wanted to test their product and services as an investor with two of our properties for a total of 20 units. And a little over a month, I think it was a little over a month into being a consumer of their product and really just impressed by their platform. And if I didn't mention them before, I did mention them before. They're maintenance coordinators. I started talking to them about partnerships and affiliations. But what led me to start looking at PM software to begin with? I'm glad you asked. While because the thought of self-managing has given me nightmares for years, right? And here recently, the details that pushed me to look at self-managing once again and exploring products like Hemlane, those details are going to have to stay hidden for a moment, right? Spoiler alert, lawyers are engaged with the professional PM that I recently fired. And as that case is starting to come to a close, I'm confident I'll be able to share some of those details, possibly in an upcoming podcast or YouTube video. So make sure you subscribe. But the question is why Hemlane, right? Out of all the property management softwares out there, why Hemlane? The answer is pretty easy. I've learned a very valuable lesson through my real estate investing career over the last 8 years is that it is a lot better to work off referrals. And I kept hearing the name Hemlane from a group of really smart folks I trust. And those are members of the W2 Capitalist Mastermind. They were really starting to sing the praises of Hemlane. And did I also mention the maintenance coordinators? Those guys are freaking rocking it out, man. I just love it. I love it. But I do live by the philosophy of one's an anomaly, two's a pattern, and three's a trend. Personal life, professional life, and Hemlane has been definitely a trending product used by and taught by the folks in the W2 Capitalist Spirit community. And I was in a spot where I needed to make a very quick decision about moving over and doing some self-managed, which is one thing I absolutely love about Hemlane's onboarding process. It's super easy, it's super quick, and they actually give you a 30-day trial. Now, you have 30 days to try it out to see if you like it. And if you're like me, though, and you've decided, hey, Hemlane's the route we're going, and I hope you make that decision based off this video, but Hemlane's the direction that we're going, then you use that first 30 days to onboard your tenants, right? So you kind of essentially get a free month out of using the software while you're doing that. But here are the features. Here are some of the features that our tenants love. And quite frankly, we love it too, but they have the ability to pay online, right? Even with a credit card, right? There's also a payment option where they can set up automatic ACH transfers. So they're never late, right? They can set it up automatically. The other thing I love about Hemlane is that they love about Hemlane is that they can submit and stay updated with their maintenance request. I think I mentioned it once or twice, but I'm gonna do it again. The maintenance coordinators at Hemlane are freaking spectacular, right? The other thing that our tenants like is they can view their lease details. They don't have to make a phone call and wait days to get information back about something in their lease. It's right there. It's all in Hemlane. And so here's a list of the features that I love about Hemlane as a property owner. All of the above, because our tenants are happier that they don't have to, number one, go find a check or go get a money order and drop it in the mail or have the fear of it being lost in the mail. So I absolutely love the online payment system. We actually, as an ownership, we made the decision to only accept rent payments through Hemlane. And amazingly, since we made that switch, not one time has a tenant's rent check or rent payment, I should say, been lost in the mail. It's amazing. It's super amazing. The other thing I love about Hemlane, it truly, and they don't market themselves as this, but it's a document management system for every tenant. We have an option to show, hey, here's your lease, here's your anything, any kind of addendums that come up, all of our communication, the messaging system, any kind of communication we have with our tenants or tenants want to have with us, it's all captured in the system. It's keeping a log, it's keeping a record, which is amazing. I love having all of that, all of our our tenant documents and communication in one single place. And the last thing that I absolutely love about using Hemlane is I feel like I'm in more control, and I absolutely have a better understanding of where our money is coming and going. Believe it or not, the 20 units we now have on Hemlane are all cash flowing. I couldn't say that before we made this transition. Okay. That's super, super exciting as a property owner. All right. So if you're sitting there, you're like, Jay, you're setting up Hemlane to sound like it's perfect. It's not. Right. But the members of the W2 Capitalist Mastermind were correct. It is freaking awesome. Hemlane was not only filled the gap for a much needed, very quick solution for self management for me and my partners, but it also eliminated my fears. And we've worked together on quite a few big issues. We've had the dreaded toilet leaks, or calls at the wee hours of the night. We had a pipe burst inside the wall of one of our tenants, which was actually the first maintenance request that came in, talking about trial by fire. But somewhere around this video, I've got a link for you to give Hemlane a 30-day trial for free, right? But if you have questions on the platform, if you want to know how I'm using it, or you have a question in general, give me a buzz, send me a text. My cell phone number is 205 249 0248.